Putin rejected Trump's proposal. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get it rocking, y'all. Let's talk about it.
Russia's Vladimir Putin has rejected President Trump's ultimatum for Moscow to sign a ceasefire deal with Ukraine in the next 50 days. Trump had threatened to issue a 100% tariff on any country that does business with Russia if no ceasefire deal is reached. CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata joins us now. And Charlie, thanks for being with us. Not exactly an enthused response there. What exactly did Russia say to Trump's latest effort to try to get that deal that would end the war in Ukraine?
Yeah, as you said, flatly rejected it. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said he had no doubt that Russia will cope with any new sanctions. He actually wanted to say he wants to understand what motivated President Trump to make this new 50-day ultimatum, in his words. Kremlin spokesman and honestly de facto Putin spokesman in these situations, Dmitry Peskov said the new sanctions or round of tariffs would only slow peace negotiations, saying it seems that decisions made in Washington and, by extension, NATO countries will be perceived by Kyiv as not a signal for peace, but a continuation of the war. However, they are paying attention. At the same time, he called the recent developments quite serious and that they need to analyze Trump's motives.
I don't understand Putin, honestly, because it seems like you got to be a demon to not want a ceasefire, because you basically are deciding that you don't want to do the thing that's in the best interest of your country. This is a pure power grab. I would love to know if y'all know any Russian women, preferably anybody named Svetlana. If you know any Russian women, let me know if y'all know any Russian women, because I don't understand what the point is in continuing a war. Everybody's dying. You just had over 1 million people in your own country killed. That don't even have nothing to do with how many is killed on the Ukrainian side. I need to let me look up how many people died in the Russia-Ukraine war total. It don't notice me now, so it can't see my face. That's not right. They don't even know. They don't even know. They have no clue how many people have died in the Russia-Ukraine war. This is crazy. June 22nd, 2025 was when Russia has hit his 1 million milestone. Russia nears 1 million war casualties in Ukraine. That was June. This is insane. And then you have people that was sitting here trying to tell me anti-Russia is winning the war. Nigga, you can't win the war when 1 million of your people died. Here in the United States of America, Trump say if one American is harmed, if one American is hurt, if one person is hurt whatsoever, then we are going to hold everybody accountable. Everybody gonna have to die as a result of it. I am Mr. B. Jefferson. Yes, we going with our insurrectionist outfit today, because I think that a lot of these Democrats are insurrectionists, and so we gonna continue to hold people accountable for what it is that they doing. If one American dies, one at all, if y'all want to know why I put this on, and y'all gonna have to rewind the show. If one American dies, then we having hell on earth for everybody. They got over 1 million people. It was probably 1 million on the Russian side, 1.2 million on the Ukrainian side, and we still got missiles and bullets flying in the air. And he like, yo, I don't care if you sanction us. I don't care if my people is going poor. I don't care if more buildings get hit. You know that they have the capability to be able to actually launch and destroy Moscow, right?
Well, Charlie, on the heels of this announcement, there were new reports that President Trump had privately encouraged Ukraine to step up strikes on Russian territory and even asked President Zelensky if Ukraine could hit Moscow. Now, the White House later said Trump was just asking a question, not encouraging an attack. And Trump today said that Zelensky should not target Moscow. But how significant would such an attack be? What did you think when you heard that?
Yeah, he kind of stepped back a bit. He walked that back. And I guess, and I've confirmed that too, that conversation took place, that they were sort of speaking in hypotheticals. The Ukrainians have already attacked deep inside Russia, including an early drone attack.
I believe, honestly, now that I'm looking at myself on the screen right here, I got the Rollie on, the rose gold Rolex. Sorry, this is the Millionaire Derailment Show. We're going to get into Russia back in a minute. I got my Pooh Shiesty mask on. I got my bucket fisherman's hat. I got my Versace's. I got a wife beater on. And I got this expensive ass blazer. I'm a sophisticated thug right now. You know how many hoes I can pull like this? If I hit my city right now and hit the streets, all the draws is popping right now. All the draws is falling off right now. I got my ball mains over there. Boy, man, I'm running up a set like this. What's going on, ladies? You hop out of the Mercedes S500. Boy, I'm getting all of the women like this. I'm killing the streets right now. I'm kind of fresh. This might be the way that we do the Millionaire Morning Show from now on. Okay. Yeah, so what's going on, baby? Nah, man, I'm just trying to keep my identity a little bit silent. I got the ops everywhere, so I'm just keeping my head peeled like this. I ain't trying to get caught up in nothing. I don't want no fanfare. I don't want no ops pulling up on me. I'm just trying to get me a burger and some chili cheese fries, baby. What's your name? Nah. I don't mess with them. I don't mess with them on that side, but I could show you a dangerous time that could get you excited. It'll probably get your panties wet. Absolutely, I can. Yes, I can. Hold on. Who is that creeping by? All right, that's nobody. That's them white people over there. You know, they coming in here. They trying to be in our hood, gentrifying things. Yeah, let's continue.
On Moscow itself, if you remember, they went even further with that audacious multi-drone attack which was thousands of miles away from the border, that crippled a number of Russia's long-range bombers. So what we're talking about here is weaponry, specifically weapons supplied by the United States, even if it is through these NATO channels, that would be able to reach inside Russia, that would have a significant impact. Zelensky may have said he would hit Moscow if he could, but he just doesn't have the firepower. And officials that I spoke to today said the United States would not be supplying that firepower, because we're talking about weapons like Tomahawk cruise missiles, and that's just not going to happen.
You like that, Soho?
The Ukrainians have already been supplied with ATACMS.
Yeah,
we discussed that before, which they're not really considered long range in a military scenario, but they can strike targets 190 miles away inside Russia, and they've been used to a significant effect. ATACMS may be part of, in fact, I'm told they're likely to be part of, the new flow of weapons to Ukraine through NATO partners.
So, in addition to that, Zelensky actually wants to hit targets deep inside of Moscow. Crazy. Trump is telling them, hey, man, don't attack Moscow. They saying, listen, we ready. We can target them. We can absolutely destroy some real stuff inside of Russia's capital. Trump is saying, nah, man, don't hit Moscow. Don't do it. Sit back, chill out.
Tonight, 24 hours after announcing the US will send Ukraine weapons paid for by NATO allies, President Trump warning they should not be used on Russia's capital.
Should Zelensky target Moscow or deeper into Russia?
No, he shouldn't target Moscow.
After the Financial Times reported President Trump, on a July 4th telephone call, asked the Ukrainian leader if he could strike inside Russia, citing people briefed on the discussions, who said Trump asked, Vladimir, can you hit Moscow? Can you hit St. Petersburg too? The White House disputing the report, saying President Trump was merely asking a question, not encouraging further killing. Outside the Kremlin today, Russians responding with defiance.
Does it scare you?
Nope.
Why not?
Why it should scare me?
I believe in peace between Russia and America.
Kyiv and many Ukrainian cities have been bombarded by Russia, often with missiles, while Ukraine has mostly used drones like this strike today for its attacks inside Russia. President Trump has threatened punishing tariffs on Russia and its trading partners if President Putin does not agree to a peace deal in 50 days.
I've been very disappointed with President Putin. I've solved a lot of wars in the last 3 months, but I haven't gotten this one yet.
Today we met Alexander, who cuts keys and repairs shoes for a living. He says business has improved. We don't give a damn about Trump, he told us.
The Kremlin says President Trump's deadline is very serious, but don't expect a quick response. President Putin does not easily yield to pressure. Tom?
This is unfortunate because basically what we're looking at, regardless of whether you agree with the Ukraine or the Russian side, I don't agree with either one of them. Regardless of what side of the aisle that you stand on, I think that it is unfortunate because the people are the ones that are going to suffer. And see, you see people on the screen saying, oh man, I'm not going to worry about it over here in Moscow. That's because they think that they're safe. That's because they think that they're safe. But again, I don't like war. I'm not a fan of it. I don't stand with it. I'm not rocking with it. I don't think that war is the answer. War will never be the answer for me. And Trump, it seems like he's pulling out all of the stops. He's threatening to sanction them. He's threatening to sanction any country that does business with Russia. And it's just going bad. It's going bad all across the board.